At this stage, we're going to take a look at the live video window and the graphics window. And basically there's a toggle button that allows us to go back and forth between the graphical display and the live video window. So for example, if I come up here and click on this icon, it will take me to the graphical display. And you will notice that the green reference mark is the machine 0 and the yellow representation is the crosshair. So as I move the crosshair, the yellow will move up and down accordingly. So if I toggle to the video window, we have a location here and we can start doing some measuring. So I can either put the crosshair at a point I might want to take a distance of, or we could use the measurement tools, which is much more efficient. So if we come back to our manual construction buttons, we might want to do a distance or a line. So if I click on that, come over to the live video window, I left click on this point. I might want to know the distance of this line width here to the right side, and right click to finish. That will give me a line, and you will notice that again, coming up to the measurement window, it will show the results of that measurement. Coming down to the feature representation window, it will show line number 1 as being displayed here. So let's look at that geometric function graphically. So I will toggle on the graphic screen, and you can see here there's a blue line representing line number 1. Now I can go to the video window, and let's say we want to measure 2 circles. So I might measure 2 circles and they might be at an angle, so I could click on the circle tool and I will take 4 points along this circle, left clicking, and I will right click and it gives me that circle mentioned. Then I can take 4 points on this circle and right click to finish, and it will give me a second circle here. Let's look at that graphically. If I click here, you'll see line number 1, circle 2 that I took, and circle 3. And as I move the mouse over the geometric measurement, it is highlighted, so we know that we're in that particular area. Now, again, if I go to the live video window and move the crosshair to the center of circle 3, we can toggle, and you'll notice that the yellow crosshair is in the center of circle 3. Now, the advantages of using the graphical screen is I don't need to zero out the digital readout screen. So for example, if I wanted to know the distance from center of circle 2 to circle 3, there's some buttons here that are geometric buttons that we'll talk more about later, but allow me to use an icon to say, let me see the center to center distance of 2 circles, and you'll notice that that icon has 2 circles on it, center to center distance. So I click on that, and I can come and work in the graphical screen by highlighting and right clicking on circle 2, coming over to circle 3 and just right clicking to finish on circle 3, and a window will pop up that asks, do you want the center to center distance of those 2 circles? Do you want the farthest distance of those 2 circles, or the nearest distance? In this particular case, I want the center to center distance, and I can say OK, and you'll notice that it easily gives me the line number 4 as being the center to center distance. Now this is a huge advantage in terms of time and accuracy for doing features and their relationships to each other. Now, if we come over to the feature reference window, you'll notice all the measurements that we've taken are displayed here. So we have line 1, and in that particular area you'll notice that the answer for line 1 pops up. Circle 2, there's the dimensions for circle 2 and circle 3. A very useful screen to work from. And of course, if I click back to the live video window, I can see the features that I might want to take more measurements from. Now, one other area of interest that we'll get more in depth later on is a coordinate system. So you may notice that in this particular case the circles are aligned at an angle, and we may want to skew on those two circles to make a perpendicular alignment. So as we do other measurements, they will be corrected for skew. And I can do that from the graphical screen. So let me click on the graphical screen. You'll notice that the circles are misaligned at this point. The circle 2 is a little lower than circle 3. I can come up to the coordinate selection up here, and I can create a coordinate system based on the center of those two circles. And so in this case, it's 2 points to form an x-axis coordinate system. So if I click on that, it's going to ask me if I want to translate that coordinate system, which I don't, so I'll say 0, 0 is fine. And now I can right-click on circle 2 and right-click on circle 3, and you will see that that coordinate skew has been successful. So after that, you will notice a red marker which is showing the part 0 of circle 2 being established as a datum, and circle 3 has been corrected for skew. So all of our dimensions after this point will be corrected for that skew angle. So you can see a very powerful capability here in the ability to quickly and easily align a part that isn't necessarily aligned with a fixture on the stage. This would conclude our overview of the video and graphical window.